If you're hearing this, you found the signal. This is the Midnight Static. I'm your host, the Holy Diver, Malachi Rapture. I'm joined here today by, well, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Well, I need no introduction, but I am the former Ring of Honor World Champion, the greatest of all time, Gabe Draven Jr.
Gabe Draven. Man, it's good to see you. You look good. I know we spent our time wrestling each other for a while there. Uh, Thank you for being here on the show. Really happy to
Thank,
have you here.
I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Gotcha. So, reason I invited you here at the Midnight Static, I wanted to talk about Overtake. What were your thoughts on Overtake?
God.
Like I know you didn't win your match against Zack Saber Jr. Uh, I what's your take on it? What's your first reaction to it all? I know it's only been a couple of days.
On the match itself or on the whole event?
Well, the event as a whole. I mean, we had plenty wrestlers there from all over the world, all different companies. So, what was your take on it all? Really, I want to hear
Well,
you.
I think pro wrestling works the best when companies all over the world all collaborate and work together instead of monopolizing professional wrestling. I think Overtake was a great event. It showcased different styles from across the world, different companies, and honestly, it benefits us, benefits the fans. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Gotcha. And how are you holding up after Overtake?
That's it's. I'm just at a loss for words, honestly, because Zack Saber Jr. Yeah, he's one of the greatest to ever do it for sure, yeah, hands down. I'll give him that. But obviously, when you watch the match back, you can see me grabbing the rope and tapping out at the same time. I'm trying to make Zack Saber Jr. think I was tapping out, but I guess the referee didn't see the rope break, and well, here we are now. I'm beltless.
Gotcha. So, so you're under the impression that you did nothing wrong. It was a bad call on the
Under the
referee.
impression? No, it's factual. I
Oh,
tried
oh
to
no,
outsmart Zack Saber Jr., but I had a stupid referee.
no, that's understandable. Some referees are better than others, and unfortunately, it seems you got a bad batch.
I did. I really did.
Now, being what it was, what did that loss mean to you? Losing the belt.
It meant a lot to me because that was my first title defense. I mean, I hadn't even defended the title before that. It's like I just won it like what 2 weeks ago, and so the fact that I only held it for 2 weeks, I'm very bitter. I'm disappointed, and I know my father's disappointed. But you know what? We're gonna climb right back up the ranks, and we're gonna get the belt back.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. And going into that match with Zack Saber Jr., everybody knows the caliber of who he is.
Right,
Did you feel ready for that match going into it?
hundred
Did you
percent.
feel there was something maybe you could have improved on before going? Because I mean, it's all over X. You're a great wrestler, very good technician. Our work together in NXT was phenomenal. But did you feel at any point that maybe he had the upper hand before the inevitable call?
Look, I already knew going in I was the underdog. I'm always the underdog in these situations, but I was definitely 110% ready. No doubt in my mind. I'm the greatest technician in the world. I'm better than Zack Sabre Jr. I'm better than you. I'm better than my father. I'm better than anybody that's ever stepped in a squared circle. So it's not a question about if I was ready or not. It's more of a question on how does that referee still have a job?
I get you. No, no, I get you. Everybody has their own opinions, but you mentioned your father. Did you see him leave after your match? I know he was at ringside, and after the loss, he kind of just turned his head and walked away. Did you see when that happened, or were
Yeah, I saw it, and I knew he was pissed. I knew he was livid.
would you would how did you feel in that moment?
To be honest, I was disappointed, mostly disappointed in myself. But it's not something I can stick onto for so long. I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing on. If I dwell on it too much, I mean, it's just gonna get into my own head. It's not the kind of person I am.
Gotcha. And I'll be the first to say I'm not the biggest fan of your father, right? So the him walking out on you like that, I saw that when I was in the back after my match. I was like, what an asshole, firstly, because that's not something you do to your kid. You know, he's there to support you. This is the first time you were in the same show as your father,
Yep,
right?
yep, it's true.
Do you do you think he walked out because you lost, or because you're not him?
I think it's because I lost. I know my father. You know, you see what you see on screen, but my father is a very supportive man. But you know, when things like this pop up, he I don't know. I don't know what I don't know honestly. He's just a easy to disappoint, easy to let down. So I was kind of
And
already expecting it.
I feel like that might be a common issue with the Draven last name. You know, do you carry that name, or do you sometimes feel like you're being crushed by it? You know,
No,
you're
I
being
carry
held
that
to a
name
standard.
with pride, 110%. And you better be careful what you say about my family.
You know, I don't mean any disrespect. You and me have had amazing matches. I
I
love
agree.
you to death. I'm
Same
not the
here.
biggest fan of your father. Your grandfather, amazing man. So,
He
but
was.
I will always respect the Draven name, although I'm not too fond of some of the members. But you know, that's just something we'd have to do. You know, I got my eyes set on your father sometime in the future. You know, he's on that hit list. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about you. Um, with you've been wrestling all over the world.
Yes, I
How
have.
do you feel about maybe going back somewhere full time? I know in NXT you were set there full time and you were signed there. It doesn't seem like you've been signed to UWA. Uh, do you plan on signing anywhere, or do you have your eyes set
So
out?
I do have a Ring of Honor contract right now, but it's not it's not something where I pop up every week though. So it's not like a full set contract like I was locked into on NXT. But honestly, I enjoy, you know, being able to wrestle wherever I want. I mean, it's the competition all over the world is exciting, and I want to be able to face everybody. Um, you know, I'm not doing I'm not doing this for money. I'm not wrestling in the indies for money. I'm doing it for love of the game. See, money's not an issue right now. But when the opportunity presents itself, when a good opportunity presents itself, then maybe we can talk about Gabe Draven Jr. being in a major company.
That's you know that's the answer I'd love to hear. You know, I'm sure everybody will be happy with that. You being able to, you and me, we're kind of on the same page. I'm signed to AEW right now, but I've been wrestling out. I was just in Germany. I am currently the WXW World Champion, and it's been great, man. Let me tell you, the traveling, being able to go to a new city every day, being able to wrestle for multiple promotions, meet all sorts of great people, is something that's awesome. But it's not always easy. Sometimes it is nice to have days off. And guys like us, still trying to make a name for ourselves. It's not easy for us to get signed places, full time at least, make it worth our while. So it really almost becomes a chore sometimes trying to go for different places, and oftentimes I'm sure you've had the same experience, going into somewhere they want you to face their top guy and
Yeah.
go over, and it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna come in for a show, and I'm not probably not gonna be back for probably months at a time. Why am I gonna take down your
Yeah,
top guy? You know,
it's
and
stupid, honestly.
that's the thing that really bothers me about current day wrestling, current day booking, and again, not that this is all about him, but your father I see as one of those people. Your father, I despise him very much. Do I grew up watching him, watching PWU, watching UGPW, Wrestling Nation. It was always great until it wasn't, and I fear that's going to happen with UWA. What's your take on that? How do you feel? You were a kid
You know,
when that was going
let
on.
me ask you a question. Is this an interview about me or my father? You, which
I
one is it? Which one is it?
I invited you here, so this
Okay,
is about you, but you also share the same last name, so it's nice to have
I
insight.
understand
I
that, but I'm
love
a completely different man. My own person.
I and again I get that you are your own person.
Look,
You're not.
I get you have gripes with my father. Okay, I understand that. But the next time you come at my family sideways, I'm gonna have to smack you.
All right, Jet, just cool down. All
I'm
right,
not Jet. Don't call me
go
Jet ever again.
old habits. What do you know how it is. So Gabe,
Yeah,
let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Fair?
fair.
Spare the hatch.
Okay.
What are your plans for the future? I know you said you want to climb the ladder back, maybe get back into the World Ring of Honor world title scene. Do you Are you gonna follow Zack Saber Jr.? Do you want to maybe branch somewhere else and then spin back to that? How how are you feeling? Because I mean, 5 minute match, that's kind of hard to close a chapter on that.
No, yeah, I agree. It is very hard to close a chapter after what we all saw. Um, honestly, what I want to say right now, I would say just keep your eyes open because I could be anywhere, anytime, any place. I'm not gonna say too much right now, but if you're a fan of wrestling, you're gonna want to keep your eyes on me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm watching every week, man. Wherever you are, I'm keeping up on X. It's great watching you. Um, any other topics maybe you want to talk about? I know you're not too fond of what I have in store, but anything you want to get off your chest, maybe?
I
It's a
mean,
midnight static. Say whatever you like.
I want to talk about all these people on X saying that Zack Saber Jr. buried me. I mean, come on, guys. You guys don't even know what that word means. What are we doing? Obviously, like this is not. It should be a topic. It should not be a topic. Zack Saber Jr. got lucky, and I promise you, that world title is coming back around my waist, and then I'm going to win another belt, and another belt, and another belt. I'm going to be all over the world. And when it's all said and done, everybody is going to call me the best in the world.
Best in the world, huh?
Yep.
Love it. Love it. I really hope you will. You got a lot of competition. It's a lot of guys that are also gunning for that same position, so it's not going to be an easy ride. But I have faith that you'll manage.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, of course. Real recognizes real. Good wrestlers are not easy to come by in today's standard. You have a lot of wrestlers
That's for
that
sure. Yeah.
aren't charismatic. They're not they're not great in the ring. They lack in other places where they might shine in others, right? You definitely
Yep.
seem to be a jack of all trade,
We
you
most
know?
definitely it's in my blood. You know.
Sure. And with that, you manage to break through. You manage to break through all of the BS, the bullshit booking, the mid card. You're able to get onto the front scenes. You're trending on X. You're trending on all platforms. Wrestlers know your name left and right. How has say the paparazzi been for you? Do you get stopped often? kids
Oh,
wanting
I get
autographs, that
stopped
kind of
all the
stuff.
time. Yeah, I get stopped all the time. And honestly, I love it. I love the fame. I love the attention. I mean, this is a life I've always wanted to live. So it's a dream, and the fact that I'm here, living it every day. I mean, this is all. This is the only thing I've wanted for my whole life. So hey, living the dream.
That's that That's good. When watching your family, I mean, your uncle and your father have been wrestling, and your grandfather. Where when you were watching those shows, how was it meeting the guys in the back when you were younger? I never got that opportunity. I'm a first generation wrestler.
Right. Yeah.
My dad was a mechanic, and my grandfather was also a mechanic, and I didn't want that for me. I wanted to do what I loved. I remember being in the shop watching wrestling, watching. My dad would always buy the WrestleMania, buy the Royal Rumble pay-per-view when they weren't PLEs, and I
Yeah.
remember being in the shop watching them, and they really didn't care so much. So I never really had that connection with other people, but you were there, you lived it. How was that traveling with your dad? Did you stay with your mom most of the time? How was
I
that?
mean, it was a mixture of both. I would say mostly staying with my mom. There'd be times where my dad took me on the road. Yeah, honestly, it was amazing. I got to meet Cena. You know, I got to meet Angle. All these different guys, all these top guys. My father would mentor them a little. Kind of elevate. Their in-ring work or their promos or whatever it might be. But it was awesome. It was like one week I saw these guys on TV, and then the next week I'm sharing. I'm rubbing elbows with the greats when I was like 10. It's pretty crazy to think about now, but you know,
That's a beautiful story. I mean, I'm kind of envious. I wish I would have lived that kind of life, but if I didn't live that kind of life, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
true.
let's talk about Overtake a little bit more.
Well,
Um, I know you didn't close the show, but you were what, third before the main event?
um, yeah, it might have been. I believe I was the sixth or the seventh match on the card.
Sixth and seventh match. When going backstage, uh, how did that feel? I know, know you showed a lot of resentment towards that referee. Did he book out of the arena or?
I, I was gunning for that referee. I couldn't find him. Um, but he was really trying to fuck on me there. So, you know, honestly, after that, after I couldn't find the ref, I sat in Gorilla. I watched the rest of the show. It was amazing. It was a great show. Main event was amazing.
Hmm, gotcha. And do you feel like, I know you're still learning. Um, do you feel like you'll get any better? Still got a long ways to go.
I'm already the best. What do you mean? What are we talking about? I'm the
I
best.
mean, you you, you wouldn't consider you're learning still, or
Oh, I'm always
you,
learning. I'm always learning, but the best can always learn. I'm the best in the world, Malachi. The best in the world. I'm better than you. I'm better than anybody in my family. I'm better than Kenny Omega, than MJF, than Mystico, than anybody that was on that card. They can't lace my boots.
you know, I appreciate you coming here. I do, but you say you're the best,
Of course,
better than Kenny.
better than Kenny.
Retrospect, you might be better than your dad,
Better
but
than my dad.
better than me. I mean, I won my match.
See, I don't have
I
to
still
do
have.
that garbage wrestling to actually entertain the fans.
No, you're right. You're right. I trust me. I would love to be able to not have to do a 25-minute match, still finding tacks in my hair, and I much rather be able to entertain the fans in a 5-minute match where you know, you know what? Let's prior to that, let's not get into that. We're here and we're doing great.
Yeah,
This
we are.
we're
We're
running
doing
on.
amazing.
I I know I am. So with that being said. going back to you learning, do you feel like you're learning? Maybe you're stalling. You want some people to get out
What
of the
is
wrestling
this?
picture.
What is this? What are you trying to do here?
Nothing. I'm trying to inform the wrestling world. Everybody's listening right now. All the guys that are traveling right now to their next shows, they're listening to this radio. So, do you think you'll bounce back? You know,
Well, what do you want me to say? No, I'm not going to bounce back. Of course I'm going to bounce back.
well, I mean, people say that all the time, but what makes you different?
What makes me different?
Yeah, what makes you different when you say you're bouncing back? How can I take that without being like, yeah, just like everybody else says?
Let me reiterate this, okay? This business has ran through my blood for my whole entire life. If there's anybody that knows the pro wrestling business, it's me, it's my family. I'm a historian of bouncing back. I'm the king of bouncing back. So of course, I'm going to bounce back and I always will. Because why? Because Malachi, I'm the best in the world. Simple as that. It's always going to come back to that. I'm the best to ever do it. I'm the best in the world. I'm the greatest wrestler alive. There's so many ways you can say it.
There's plenty of ways you can say it, but
Of course.
actions speak louder than words. And I don't disagree that you might not be the best in the world, but I just don't think you're there yet. I really don't.
And who are you
And
to tell me that? What have you done in this business?
I, again, this is not about me. It's about you. You know, it's about you and wearing one of the most prestigious last names in wrestling, right? The Draven family.
That
This
sounds
this
like
wouldn't.
somebody's a little envious, a little jealous that
I
I'm
did. I said that earlier in the show that I'm envious of you, the way you're upbringing and how you grew up into this
yeah, jealousy
industry.
doesn't look good on you, buddy.
Yeah, you know what does look better? Winning, and you
All
can
right,
take
no,
a
I'm
page out of
done.
my book.
No, I'm done. I'm done. This interview's over. It's over.
All right, sorry, gentlemen, it was planned for an hour show. Um, thank you for watching the Midnight Static. Stay tuned in for tomorrow's show. I'm sure it's going to be great. Have a good night.